Hello, I am Lindsay Knox, and this is a data overview for C.H. Gillette Elementary School. This presentation is the focus for our third grade and second grade teachers. The purpose of this data overview is to identify the mathematics trends from second to third grade in order to better our instruction for our students, and also to identify the academic and attendance trends. First, we will begin with our school overview. This will entail our school enrollment, attendance, discipline, teachers, and socioeconomic statuses of our students. You can see below is a history of our C.H. Gillette's enrollment. Over the years, we have been a fairly small school. Currently, for the 2017-2018 school year, we have 723 students enrolled. This jump in enrollment is due to redistricting within Fulton County. As you can see in the graph below, majority of our students are African American. In the recent years, you can see that we have had a hike in Hispanic students. Over the years, Gillette has had numerous students qualify for free and reduced lunch. Currently, 100% of students receive free lunch and breakfast. This directly relates to our students' economic statuses, meaning that our students are either of low socioeconomic households or are displaced, meaning they are living in hotels and/or shelters. At C.H. Gillette, our goal is for all students to have less than 6 days absent a year. Looking at the 2015-2016 attendance data, as you can see, towards the beginning of the year, we had a larger percent of students with less than 6 days absent. As the year progressed, that percentage dramatically decreased. We further look into the 2015-2016 attendance data by grade level, we can see that kindergarten had the largest percent of students missing more than 6 days for that year. As we can see, as the students progress through 1st through 5th grade, that number dramatically decreases. This may be in part because they are participating in standardized testing. As we look at the 2016-2017 attendance rate, our goal for this year is to have more than 90% of our students in class each day. So if you look at August through December, we did not meet that goal. But currently, through January, February, March, April, and May, we began to get closer to that goal. As we look at our current school year data, we can see that in August and October, our students were able to meet our attendance goal of more than 90% of students being present in class. As we drill down this data by grade level, we are able to see that in pre-K for August, September, and October, they were able to meet our attendance goal of 90% or higher. Also looking at grades K through 5, each of those grade levels were also able to meet our attendance goal of more than 90% of students being in class each day. We now look at our discipline dashboard. The first chart is our top 10 problem behaviors. So if we see that last year was represented in the orange line, and this year, the 2017-2018 school year, is represented in the green bars. So our top 10 problem behaviors seem to be failure to follow instructions, disruption, battery, and last year it seems that we had a hike in battery and assaults. So we have shifted our behaviors and minimize some of the other behaviors. Now looking at our top 10 locations, Last year, our top location was within the classroom. This year, although has decreased, it is still within the classroom and on the bus. Now, if we also disaggregate that data by time, we can see that majority of these behaviors occur between 12 and 2 p.m. This is also shifted from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. from last year. If we look at the average referrals per day, per month, we see that there was a spike in September. This is consistent between last year and this year. Now, once we look at those referrals by gender, we can see that majority, 89% of those referrals are our male students, and only 11% are female students. Now, looking at race, referrals by race, 100% of the referrals are from African American students. At CH Gillette, we currently have 38 teachers in our building. We have 4 male teachers and 34 female teachers. Within those 38 teachers, we have 7 novice teachers who have 3 years or less of experience, and 32 veteran teachers who have 3 or more years of experience. Also, 33 teachers are African American, with only 5 being Caucasian. Now we will look at student achievement data. This will be looking at statewide assessment or the Georgia Milestones Assessment. As we look at the overall CCRPI scores, we notice that over the last 3 years, between 2015 and 2017, Gillette has scored lower than Fulton County and the state of Georgia. Also, Fulton County each year has also scored higher than the state of Georgia. In addition, within this time frame, CH Gillette has been removed from the focus school list. We are now looking at the 2015 Mathematics Achievement by Descriptors. This is the mathematics data for GMAS for 3rd grade. As we're looking at our data, the first thing that I noticed is that CH Gillette had 46% of their students score in the beginning levels. However, CH Gillette had more students score in developing than Fulton County. However, looking at the proficient and distinguished levels, CH Gillette had less students score in those levels. In addition, Fulton County had more students score in proficient and in distinguished than the state level. As we move on to look at the 2016 Grade 3 Mathematics Data Trends on the GMAS by percentage. Again, we see that CH Gillette had more students scoring in the beginning level than the districts in the state of Georgia. They had over half of their 3rd grade students scoring the beginning levels for mathematics. However, if you look in the developing category, CH Gillette only scored less than a district by 0.2 of a point. In addition, I see that Fulton County scored 0.1 of a point more than the state of Georgia in proficient. And in distinguished, Fulton County had 15.8% of students, while the state of Georgia only had 9.6%. As we look at the 2017 Grade 3 Mathematics Data Trends on GMAS by percentages, I noticed that over the last 3 years, CH Gillette has increased their percentage of students scoring in the developing category. They have also increased the number of students performing in proficient and distinguished. However, this is still lower than the District of Fulton County and the state of Georgia. However, in the distinguished category, Fulton County had more students score in that category than the state of Georgia. Now we will move on to student achievement on local assessments. This will include Iowa, short cycle, and unit assessments. Overall, third grade students' performance on the math portion of the assessment declined from the 2016-2017 school year. Consistently over the last 2 years, measurement and number sense have been a weakness. Data analysis, essential comps, and geometry have consistently been a strength for our students. Looking at the FastBridge fall assessments, more second graders started the year on grade level than third graders in regards to mathematics. Looking at our math short cycle, second and third grade students overall combined are performing on the beginning levels, with second grade having 49% of students percent mastery and third grade having 33% of student mastery. Now looking at math standards mastered. Second and third grade students' lowest performing standards are graphing. As you can see, there are many commonalities within this data. Graphing is one that both second and third grade students struggle with. Now we will do the discussion of data. So what is the data telling us? The data is telling us that we are drastically improving by using multiple incentives for our students. In addition to attendance, the data from our discipline dashboard shows us that we have decreased the number of incidences, that the most student incidents are occurring around 2 p.m. This is during dismissal and on the bus. After reviewing all of the data as a school, we are performing below state and district levels. Although our CCRPI score is not that of a failing school, we still have much more work to do. Our third grade students have decreased the number of students scoring in beginning levels on the GMAS mathematics assessments over the last 3 years. Based on short cycle assessment, both second and third grade students performs in beginning levels. We are to our next steps. So what do we do now that we know what the data is telling us? Currently, CH Galat is addressing many concerns with additional supports including extended day, tutorial programs, and teacher-made common benchmark assessments. This will allow us to further ensure that we are closing our achievement gaps, ensuring that all students are performing on grade level. In addition, CH Galat is receiving support from the University of Virginia. This support has been provided to us through Fulton County. This support is to develop further action plans to increase our students' growth. To combat the discipline issues that we have been noticing on the bus, we are beginning to implement teacher bus monitors for buses to further prevent those behaviors. Attendance, our next steps. We are currently beginning our perfect attendance store, so students who have perfect attendance each month will be able to go purchase something using our Eagle Bucks from the perfect attendance store. Students are also getting recognized for improved attendance, and we will also give away 2 bicycles each semester for students who have had perfect attendance throughout the entire semester. For parents, we are hosting attendance intervention workshops so that those parents understand the importance of having their student in school at all times. Teachers are holding parent conferences, and we are also providing parents with support services. buddy program check-ins. This will allow other students to look for those students who have chronic attendance to help them understand the importance of coming to school. And now, beginning each classroom has began monitoring their attendance, receiving incentive if their class has had 90% each day for that particular month. Also, students who have chronic attendance will be able to meet with our counselor in individual and small groups. We have community partnerships, and we are beginning implementing home visits. This will ensure that parents and students understand that we want them in class and we are concerned for their learning. In addition to attendance, we're going to develop our math power standards. These standards will be the focus of second grade to ensure that when students are moving on to third grade, they are proficient. These standards were decided based on the commonalities and weaknesses between both grade levels. These will be place value, addition and subtraction within 100, graphing, and measurement. Thank you for your attention. Now it's time for our second grade and third grades to begin using this data to better our instruction for our students and making sure that we impact their daily lives.